All right, guys, what's up? Welcome to episode 3 of the Neighborhood Podcast. It's the Worm.
I'm Mickey.
Master Yoda.
What's up, boys? So, we're going to get into some shit today. We're going to talk about our third song on the mixtape, Neighborhood Rain.
Title track.
Yeah.
Title track. And, but before we get into that, I was just thinking, which is such a hard, I know we've been talking about it, it's such a hard thing to like think of on the
Piece of
spot.
shit, I know
But I'm
exactly.
going to put you on the spot with both you guys and myself. So, well, I like to ask you guys first, so I have more time to think about it. But what's some of your like favorite, what's your top 5 favorite mixtapes or albums of all time? And maybe give me the top 5 favorite, and then if you have a couple that might just like inspire you the most. You can hit me with a couple of those too.
Like
hate you
hip hop?
so much.
Like in hip hop?
Hip hop, other album, it could be anything.
Okay. You want to go? You want to go out?
All right. Well, first few that come to mind are obviously Lifestyles of the Poor and Dangerous. Big L.
Love it. One of
The
my
Chronic.
favorites.
Solid.
I'm gonna put in the Marshall Mathers LP 1 and 2, but I'm gonna count them as one.
All right. Fair enough.
Because the LP 2 is like my whole high school career. For real, taught me how to like fucking do everything. And then fuck those 3. Fuck Illmatic. Fuck 36 Chambers.
Yeah.
I guess that's 5.
So like, tell me about like the Marshall Mathers LP, like, because you said that was like your whole high school career. Like, what did that album do for you? Like, what were you doing at that time? Like, what were you doing? When
Like my mom always played like Stan and shit, but like when I was like 11-ish, somewhere in that age, she was like, "What do you mean you've never? Don't you know what the music video is about? Don't you know what the song is about?" My mom like had thought that like Eminem had a real fan.
Yeah.
That like went fucking insane, killed his fucking girlfriend, stuffed her in a trunk. Like she thought this was a whole big thing. I'm like, what the fuck? So then,
I can't lie, I thought it was real too when I was like 10 years old.
so I'm like,
And I
oh, it's
didn't
on the
know.
Marshall. So then like, I don't remember how I figured it out, but I figured out somehow that it was on the Marshall Mathers LP. I listened to it from top to bottom. From top to bottom.
Yeah.
And then when I was like 15, I want to say 15, 9th grade or 10th grade, something like that, he dropped the LP2, and everybody in school hated the LP2, but I thought it was fucking ill, and everything on it was ill.
Yeah, it was like when the Eminem hate train started coming. I feel like around that time.
Rap God was on
For
that,
no reason.
Monster was on that, like fucking classics are on that shit.
Yeah, I don't
Even
know
the songs
why.
that don't get any attention, like there's a song called Groundhog's Day that I think is fucking incredible.
It's kind of fucked up. I feel like people were pissed off that Eminem like wasn't doing drugs anymore and
Yeah.
wasn't talking about killing his mom
Yeah.
and wife and
But,
shit. Like they were pissed off about it. Like, why are you mad?
He still does like all,
Of course.
like he still makes all these fucking shocking, compelling lines. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that was like, those 2 albums were like a big part of like my childhood, and like they taught me how to rap. Honestly, like I would listen to like Criminal over and over again, and then at some point like he stops rapping on it, and there's like maybe like 20 or 30 seconds where it's just the beat before like his little thing comes in at the end. I just remember being in my room, like being like dun, 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 and like just making something that like coincided with it. I'm like, that's fucking hell, I can do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But Lifestyles of the Poor and Dangerous, I would say, was like how I really fucking got into hip hop, because I found The Graveyard, which is what inspired Number One Crew, which is another track on Neighborhood Rain.
Yep.
I found a Graveyard when I was like 12 or 13. And then at some point I found out it was on Lifestyles of the Poor and Dangerous, and I just started going Danger Zone, Devil's Son, knowing it from back to front.
One of my new favorite albums, for sure.
The Chronic,
Legendary.
it is what it is.
It's
I
just-
can't.
yeah,
There's nothing
there's nothing
hasn't
you
been
can-
said about the
Yeah,
Chronic.
exactly. Like it's just one of the most iconic hip hop of all time. I'd
To me,
say.
besides like hip hop, like it is one of the most classic weed smoking albums in general. Like on 420, like that's what I put on. It's The Chronic. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And then Illmatic, like, is just fucking ridiculous. Like, from top to bottom, it is fucking ridiculous. Same thing with 36 Chambers.
Yeah. 100%.
But honestly, like, I got way more into 36 Chambers when I started watching Wu-Tang.
Yeah, the Wu-Tang show.
Yeah, I knew
That show is
4 or
insane.
5-ish tracks off of it, but I didn't know everything that was on it. Like, Can It All Be So Simple, for example. Like,
Yeah.
I was like, damn, like, that's one of their classic songs, but, like, I had recently discovered it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It never came out on my YouTube.
Seventh Chamber.
Seventh Chamber is another one.
That's like one of the greatest songs.
You know what's
Ever.
crazy is, like, I knew about Seventh Chamber, I just didn't know it was called Seventh Chamber.
Yeah, like that's kind of like how I like. There's a lot of the Wu, like when I really dove into Wu-Tang this year. Like I feel like there's a lot of songs that like I'm like, oh, I knew this song. I've heard it plenty of times. I just
Right.
like really didn't know the name. I didn't know which. I didn't because now I know like every single thing about the Wu-Tang Clan, like we all do. But at the time I didn't. When I heard these songs, I didn't know fucking Ray was on this verse, and then fucking. I mean, obviously you always know Meth and ODB. Like now I know all of them for
Right,
sure. But
right.
when I was younger, I was like, I don't know who this is. But then,
Especially, like, when there were so many artists on one track, especially in hip-hop, and, like, at that time, like, everybody came in so hard. It's so hard to decipher, like, which one is which, almost.
yeah, 100%.
Yeah, but then you get used
Except for ODB.
Yeah.
And Method Man, if they have like the two most. I mean, now when you listen to it, I feel like it's so distinct and it's like so easy to tell.
Yeah.
But I guess when you're like a kid and you can't put a face to the voice. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Can't put a face to the voice. You're like, I don't fucking know, unless it's Meth or ODB because they got the mythical man.
Yeah.
They do the theatrics.
Exactly.
Which I love.
Or, like, You God. You know it's You God.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm gonna give it to you.
No trivia. That was so sick when I saw him do that, dude.
Hell yeah. Oh, yeah, well, you went to the show, like, last month, right?
Yeah. I went to the show a month ago, and that's like one of my favorite Wu-Tang songs.
Right.
Chess boxing, and you guy came out and he was like, "Bro, I'm gonna give it to you." I was like, "Oh shit!" And all they had the 6 screen up of like a bunch of Killer Bees going back and forth and shit. Killer Bee.
Well, what's your top 5?
Ah, fuck you, Mickey. I was hoping I could snake you and make.
Oh,
you
you know what I want to put in there? Because, like,
Yeah, give some honorable mentions out.
kids.
Yes.
That's it. That's a
Love
classic.
kids. Well,
Kids
that was
know
fucked
shaped
up.
all my childhood.
Yeah, don't clip that. I just said I love kids.
R. Kelly on the verse over here.
Oh, my
Not Jeffrey Epstein's podcast. This is the neighborhood.
God. Oh, my God.
Oh, that's fucked up. But yeah, no, Mac's the best, man. Damn, Mickey put me on the spot. I was hoping I could make him go second, but it doesn't look like that's gonna happen. In no order, but yes, definitely. To reiterate, 36 Chambers, and Lifestyle of the Poor and Dangerous is more of a new one for me. But I definitely have to throw it in as like literally one of my favorite hip hop albums of all time, hands down. Because I can't stop listening to it.
Right.
I've been listening to Lifestyles of Poor and Dangerous over and over again for 3 months straight now. And I just had, like, anytime I get in the car with someone, I put on Big L, they're like, Big L again? I'm like,
Hell yeah, son.
again and again.
Yeah.
But that's Wu-Tang.
I feel
That's it.
bad. I didn't say this. I want to add this as well. The 18th letter, Rockin' Mallah.
Love the 18th letter. I would say that's one of my newer ones that I've also like listened to so much this year. But yeah,
Not to
so
cut you off, I'm
No,
sorry.
you're
I just
good.
had to honorably mention it.
I'm glad you did. I probably would have mentioned it if you hadn't.
How to announce his top 8? No?
Okay.
Yeah, it's all right.
But I have another computer.
Oh, yeah, we got you.
I have another computer.
Even a laptop like that?
Yeah.
Like a Mac?
No, I got a Sony.
Oh.
Big one.
We'll figure that
Yeah,
out.
I'll figure it out. We're the kind of in the
Take
middle.
that home with you. Because I don't think they're going to be able to fix it.
You don't think so?
I mean, they're Apple. They should be able to, so it's their fucking computer.
Yeah, I figured. Are we kind of in the middle of something?
We are.
You're kind of in the middle of something?
I'm not out.
All right. Guess we'll cut this.
Take some of this weed in here.
Gosh, that one.
Yeah.
What were we just talking? We were talking about.
Worm's talking. He just mentioned 36 chamber. 36 chambers.
I know where I am. I was gonna be like, yeah. So the 36 Chambers.
Oh wait, then which ones did you mention? You mentioned
36 Chambers.
36 Chambers, like
Lifestyles,
some 14
More Dangerous.
Dangerous. But
Right,
I
right.
was just about to go off. Not go off. I was about to say my next ones and shit.
Yeah, my bad to cut you off. I couldn't leave that 18th letter just hanging out there.
Now you're good. Quick smoke break. All right. So,
Hold on.
all right. Never mind. Quick smoke break. Yeah. So definitely the 18th letter. I'm glad you brought it up though. 36 Chambers. I said that already, but so those two. I mean, I'd say if I'm going off like, because I'm gonna have a couple that are like my favorite influence, and then just like some of my favorite albums of all time. So, Acid Rap by Juice WRLD. Juice WRLD. I like that.
Chance.
A Chance the
Chance.
Rapper. I don't know
That's
why I
classic
said
as
Juice WRLD.
fuck.
That's fucked up. I said that. Cut that. I'm pretty stoned. About Chance though, I mean, that was like probably right when I was getting into high school.
Right.
I started listening to that, and I just started smoking weed, and I was just learning about drugs a little bit, and I was just starting to, experiment with some things, and we were listening to Chance the Rapper while on these things, like acid,
Obviously.
and I was like, I ended up going to like 2 of his shows from that point on because like my
Oh, that's
sister
dope.
got me like concert tickets to go see him. Like I was obsessed with Chance the Rapper. I wish he would start doing acid again because I don't really like his music anymore, and I don't know if that's the problem or not.
His new he put out a new track with Joey Badass.
Yeah,
a
that
couple
shit was
months ago.
fire. I actually
that was
like that.
was a pretty good song.
I don't mean to hate on Chance at all. I love you, Chance, but just, come on. That song was good though. But yeah, there's just some shit in between that just hasn't been as popping. But not to hate on the guy, I love him. But if you're reading this, it's too late by Drake, even though that is his most criticized album because that was when all the shit came out of him having ghostwriters. What the fuck's his name? What's the guy's name? The guy who Quentin Miller. Quentin Miller was the one that supposedly ghost wrote a lot of the tracks, but like that is known as one of Drake's probably best albums, like rapping wise. And I mean, if he did have his shit written for him, oh well.
I mean, the thing is, like,
there's a lot
there's
of writers in the music game
like
now.
if you go back to like the late '80s when NWA came out, like when Eazy-E like had some of his tracks, they were written by Ice Cube.
Yeah. No,
Like-
there's exactly. There's plenty. Like Dr. Dre really always had his shit written for him.
Yeah,
too.
it wasn't like it's not like it's all.
not completely like it's just not. It's
never claimed to be a rapper, so.
Yeah,
What the
Drake
fuck did you
doesn't really
say?
claim to be like a
He classifies
rapper
himself
either.
as a
He's-
producer.
Yeah, but also Drake does classify himself as an artist as well because he makes a lot of soft shit.
Artist.
So I don't know,
Yeah.
and I mean a lot of artists in music industries don't write their own shit. It's like the episode of Family Guy when Stewie
Yeah.
meets what's it called that she doesn't.
Montana.
No, what's her name?
Oh, no, the other one,
Older woman.
uh,
you know what I'm talking about, right? With the
Anne Murray?
Yes,
Murray.
yes.
Yes.
I think yeah.
Yes. He goes so
You didn't
pissed.
write it, but you know it, bitch.
He went to go kill her because he was so pissed. That's Allie.
You're all a bunch of frauds and charlatans.
I'd be so pissed.
That is just one of my.
Imagine you meet
Maybe,
Eminem
like,
for the
as
first
far-
time, and then he starts talking about how like some of his buddies wrote like more
This
more
guy over
popular
here, this
songs.
guy Simon and Kel, they're the guys you need. They wrote Rap God for me. I would fucking lose my mind. I would leave. Everything I know is a lie. I'd stop rapping.
Yeah, I mean,
We got Prank Alley now.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
I totally understand the criticisms, but it's just a lot of like my favorite music that I've listened to, I attach to memories as well.
Right.
And like I know when that was another one of like when if you're reading this is too late came out, it was like 8th grade. And we were fucking playing Xbox. We just got brand new Xbox Ones, and it was we had winter break and snow days happened like after winter break, so we had like an extra 4 days.
That's
so
it.
all we would do was play Xbox till like 4 a.m, fucking listening to that album while on like group chats and not group chats, fucking parties on Xbox and shit. So it's really just like the memories attached to the music too. But if I had to pick a 5th one now, and I had to pick like. I'm gonna pick like one of my favorite, like I think it's just like the best made It's such a tough choice. I mean, I don't know. I'm kind of like stuck because you already said 18th Letter, and like that's one of a newer one for me as well that I'm just like obsessed with, listen to over and over again. But you know what? I'm probably gonna say the Slim Shady LP. That one just for me, like I was younger when I first heard My Name Is. Like my mom would even listen to that shit,
Oh yeah.
and I was just like, holy shit, Eminem's fucking. He's saying some crazy things, and like now that I've gotten older and listened to it again, I mean I always listened to it my whole life, like some of the songs, but now that I've like fully dove through it, it's such a great album to me.
So unique.
It is. It's so unique to hip hop.
I gotta throw Recovery in my honorable mentions as well.
Love Recovery, Cinderella Man, like
Everybody likes
listen-
Funk Share Recovery. Fuck 'em.
listen to Cinderella Man like maybe a billion times growing up, over and over again. I just
One
like
of my jams.
Cinderella Man. But yeah, what about you, Micken?
All right.
Put this
So-
down
I'm sure
on the spot.
I'm sure I missed so many albums too that I'm like gonna be.
That's why I'm
so
like,
annoyed.
as I'm thinking, I'm just like honorable mention Recovery.
Yeah, I'm gonna be so annoyed tomorrow.
So my top 5 would be. Damn. One would be Circles by Mac Miller.
I love Circles. I think that's honestly like one of my favorite Mac albums now.
Oh yeah, of course. And
R.I.P.
yeah, you got Circles. I would say. Oh shit. I would think it would be The Birds in the Trap Sing McKnight. Only because it was like
I love that album.
like I discovered it in high school, and it was like I think it was already out for like
Travis
a few
Scott's got
months.
bodies.
Got bodies.
Yeah, but this is before all that. This was before all that. This was before all that, man.
couldn't help myself.
No, but yeah, no, Birds in the Trap. Really, it's just because it was at a like it was came out around the time I was in high school, and it was like really like one of those albums where I like wanted to reduce.
Those birds really got some
they-
fucking trap going on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, shut the fuck up.
That album is just insanely produced. Like
Yeah, you got like Mike Dean, and you got like all those sick fucking features. You got Andre 3000 on the intro track. You got
Cuddy on there on Through the Late
Yeah.
Night. Fucking Pick Up the Phone was just like a great like radio song.
oh yeah,
And then you had like the slower tracks too, like First Take.
of course, yeah. So it was like very like
is that
in a
the
way it
name?
was like very versatile.
Is that the
in
name of that song? You know?
Yeah, First Take. It's like First Take.
Yeah, that's what
You
I thought.
ain't on time. You were late.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's exactly the song I was thinking.
So
that's one of my favorite.
those Graduation by Kanye, and like
Oh,
that
yeah.
was the one for me when I think I started listening to it mad like around like 2018 2019, and it kind of like opens my brain a little bit about like producing and just like using different like just experimenting with different sounds, because like at that time like when that came out there wasn't really like he was kind of like the first one to do add like synths and all these like
Yeah.
electron like he fucking sampled Daft Punk
Dude, he
and
changed-
Stronger.
Like a lot of people say that like Kanye changed the landscape of where hip hop is at now because of how he made it.
Yeah, because because the thing was he was touring with U2, and like he was like they were performing in all these huge ass stadiums. He's like, I want to make music to play in
With
stadiums.
Bono, the world's
Yeah, I think he was like
the world
opening for
record
U2.
book, the world record book, biggest piece of shit.
But Bono is actually just a pure piece of shit. Like
Yeah.
if you actually scrape pieces of him off, he's shit. I don't know if you know that.
I do know that.
Found that out.
South Park did teach us that.
South Park's honestly, Bono's actually just a piece
We
of
were,
shit.
Yeah,
we were
very-
just blind this whole time.
Yeah, no one wants. No, if you look Bono in the eyes, he's got shit for eyes.
Oh my god.
That's why he's always wearing glasses.
Yeah, so yeah, there's Circles, Birds in the Trap, Graduation.
There's so many Kanye albums, like I feel like I could say.
Oh yeah. I would say for number 4, I would say Kid Cudi's Man on the Moon.
That's a dope
That's
album.
such a great album.
That's a good
And
one.
it's like one that's like, it tells a story. It's got like segments.
I don't like how everybody's
between-
been fucking beefing with Cudi because of this whole
Yeah.
Kanye thing. I really don't like it. I really don't like how
Yeah,
Yeah, everyone's
throwing
shitting
him
on
off
fucking
stage.
Cudi. It's really fucked up.
Fucking annoying. I
It's-
don't like it.
Terrible
So-
slander.
Who was it the other
Sheep.
day?
Fucking sheep people.
Was it Mike Dean actually that's beefing with him now too? I think it was.
I think so.
Mad
I think it
people
was
would be
Mike.
cool.
Yeah, I think it was
I
Mike.
think Mike Dean said some shit about him.
I
I'm like,
think
oh my
it was
god.
like they're supposed to tour together.
Cuddy?
Yeah, they were like supposed to. I think like he was supposed to tour with them, but like, Cuddy like cut him out of it or something, and then Mike Dean like started going on Twitter and was like, "You know, I did this because I'm working with blah blah blah." I don't remember.
Oh, I
who
did
the
see some
rapper
shit like that.
was.
He's right.
And he was like just roasting Cuddy. He's like, I perform in fucking arenas and shit. Blah blah blah. I was like, I don't know. I don't know why everyone's fucking beefing with the guy.
Yeah.
Fucking, it's lame. It's very lame.
And for my fifth one, it would be, this is a little obscure. It's Current Joy's Wild Heart. And it's like a very like lo-fi indie rock type of record. And it's pretty fucking good. It's like it's I discovered it like probably like a year or two ago, and like it's very like it's one of those albums like I can go to if I'm like wanting to get like some creative juices flowing.
Right. I have 3 more honorable mentions because nobody said them. Thank God. MF Doom. Doomsday.
I would say Mad Villainy too.
Prime. Royce. And Preem. And then Royce and M on Hella Sequel.
That's good. The Bad Meets Evil record.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I want to throw an honorable mention. I honestly forgot the name of it. That's what I was just looking up right now. But is this Arian Foster, aka the ex-NFL running back, Bobby Fino, now rapper and like podcaster. He does a bunch of shit. He has this album called Bohemia that has been like ever since I think I discovered. So he's on a podcast that I listen to, and that's like I obviously watched him when he was in the NFL. But I didn't know he ever made music. And I guess, like, from listening to him on the podcast, I followed him on Instagram. And I saw in his bio he had, like, something for his music. And I checked out his second album, actually. I've only listened to a couple songs on his first album. But his second album is, like, it's honestly one of my favorites of all time. Like, he used a lot of different samples from people's albums I've noticed. Like, for the beats and stuff. And he used a lot of cool, like, for, like, his... hooks or whatever I guess you'd call him. He used a lot of cool samples there too, and he also just has bars. I think he's fucking sick, and he has a dope track with Marlon Craft on there.
Dope.
That's how I found out about Marlon Craft too.
Is there a fucking like ringing? Like you?
Yeah,
I do hear that too, yeah.
I'm like, am I going crazy or is that?
No, I hear it too.
Yeah.
It's very loud.
I don't know where the fuck that's
Piercing
going.
my
I think it's coming from the dryer.
Could be. All right.
Yeah, well, you guys are going to have to deal with it, right?
It might not pick up on there, I don't think.
It might a little bit.
Might be
but
too high pitched.
But yeah, I mean, oh well, I think it'll be fine. But yeah, I mean, I guess these albums though are kind of like, are not. They're just like stepping stones, and like in the direction of like wanting to make music, of being so intrigued by such like these amazing albums that have been made, and that's where we come into our song, the title track on the song. What, do you have an honorable mention you want to name?
Yeah, 2
Go
more.
ahead.
Paid in Full, Eric B. Rakim.
Hell yeah.
50 Cent, Get Rich or Die
Oh my
Trying.
god, Get Rich or that's the one I knew I was gonna forget. Get Rich or Die Trying, put that on my top 5.
I was like, I can't
Sorry,
not
Chance.
say it. I can't not say
Answer Rap will have to go to the honorable mentions. Get Rich or Die Trying.
Oh, I didn't even fucking mention Acid Rap. That's probably an honorable mention for me. And Biggie's Ready to Die.
Yes,
Son of a bitch, that's what I forgot. That's what I forgot.
Dude, I knew I was forgetting multiple. I can name 20 of them though.
Yeah.
Yeah, you really
It's
go off.
unfair that people fucking limit you to 5. They go top 5, top 5.
Yeah.
How about what are your favorites? Can you just give me your favorites? What are the best albums? In your opinion, what are the best albums?
Yeah.
Well, I know one of my favorite albums, The Neighborhood Rain.
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
And that's where we, our title track though, Neighborhood Rain.
The Neighborhood Rain. You can't forget the.
Well, that's not the name of the song though, right?
No, it is.
Oh, the
It's
song
The
is
Neighborhood Rain.
Oh, okay.
That mixtape, and then there's The Neighborhood Rain.
Okay. I'm off.
The track.
My bad.
No, you're chilling.
But yeah, I mean,
Like
what do you guys
Neo.
think? I think the Neighborhood Rain is the song. I mean, obviously I love the album as well.
Right.
The song though, I think is one of my favorites on the
Me
mixtape.
too. Me too.
It was
It's
actually
what
supposed to be
I've
a
been playing
little
lately a
different
lot.
too. It was supposed to be a little different. We had when we first arranged it, we like had a hook
Yeah, we had
supposed to be different.
we had arranged it differently. Even with the music,
had-
the music was a little different too.
The beat was a little different. I think where we were.
Well, the beat, yeah, the beat
I
was
think
just
our
off.
verses were in different spots as well, but I love the way like it ended up coming out. It just came out like how I would have never expected it to. Honestly,
Oh yeah.
I love how it starts. I love like how it goes into your verse and then your verse and then it goes into Mickens.
Yeah.
It's just my favorite song on the track. Like, what are your guys' some favorite things about the song?
Well, like when we put the song together, it was like instantaneous almost. If you remember, me and Mickey had the flu, and we were like just coming off of being killed with the flu. And we were like watching all the Harry Potter movies and the Fantastic Beasts. And at some point, we had smoked some weed. We were like both like. Mickey went to the hospital at some point. I couldn't fucking move for 7 days. I couldn't eat, sleep, I couldn't do anything
You're welcome.
for 7 days. Thanks, Ron. Thank you very much. So the second that like I could like even like just walk to the bathroom comfortably, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go in the studio and see what I can come up with. And I think that you had come over later that night, and Mickey was still here. And I had like put the finishing bells on the beat or something, where like had the wah, 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 and then
We know exactly what sound you're talking about.
and I just started listening like in the middle of neighborhood rain, and that's kind of how the hook sounded, the hook that we had made for it. Neighborhood rain, it's the fucking age of the neighborhood rain, yo. And then I was like, oh shit, we have something here. And I told you guys about it. Then we looked up and we made the fucking record.
Yeah, and then we ended up taking out the neighborhood rain.
Yeah.
Which I mean, I like that part,
Sounds
but I
better without
also
it, honestly.
exactly I love it without it. I think
Yeah, I just remember mixing it, and I'm like, this is like it's like it just doesn't feel right.
it's not fitting our words
Yeah.
or the way we're coming at the track.
Yeah.
Which I
I was a little confused when Mickey sent us. I was like, yo, there's no hook.
Yeah, I remember.
And he was like, nah, I took it out. I'm like,
Literally.
I'll live with it for a couple days, see if I like it. And it did.
Yeah.
And it ended up being my favorite. That's
Yeah,
the
me too.
funniest part. But like, what are some of your guys' like favorite lines from it? You can go, Mickey.
One in particular is from you. I feel like you know what I'm
I
about to
know
say.
you guys that.
I forgot how it goes, but he's like, Worm just like goes in at the end. And he's like,
Reign over like global elite.
no Jeffrey Epstein, but we'll take it to the island where the neighborhood is rocking.
Yeah.
With the neighborhood.
Because this island is way cooler than Jeffrey Epstein's island.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah.
go there, children. Please.
Yeah, our island, Long Island. That's what we were
Long
getting at.
Island's where the party's at.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, that is a funny
Mickey's
line.
got a lot of good lines on his. All my P's
Tried the
and Q's
microdose, then took a
shit.
tried the
Yeah.
microdose, then took a shit. All my P's and Q's, bitch. Look what I'm fucking with.
I'm like the Uzi with machine gun spit.
Shoot the shit. Shoot the shit.
That's the grossest thing I've ever heard in my life.
No, but we ended up. I ended up switching that.
Oh,
because,
that's right. That's
yeah,
right.
because at the end, like
That
you
one has
keep.
the gunshots.
Yeah.
yeah.
From
I like that
from the College Humor Batman bit.
Yes.
Yes. But yeah, I know one of my favorite parts is like right after my verse ends, I just like the beginning of Valleys where it goes, I don't live in reality and all actuality. I'm so high up, I don't believe in gravity. Can't even see, I be your majesty. I love like the
Just like a little break in between.
Weed. Yeah, I just like the little break and
Yeah.
then the way he goes in next, like your highness chilling, smoking weed, flying through the sky.
Just gonna recite the whole fucking verse.
Yeah. I just like love that.
Yeah. If
One of
shitting
my
on beats at
favorite-
school, call me
I was
Miles
gonna
Davis.
say, one of my favorite bars that like I've ever come up with is shitting on beats is cool, calling Miles Davis.
Kill it every time I'm Patrick Bateman with the cadence.
That's
They only
fun.
hate us because they ain't us.
I really would have. I was about to recite the whole verse here because I just love. That's probably one of my favorite of Yoda's verses in general, and I don't even know if it's like one of my favorite verses, but I like the way I sound on it the most, almost.
I like the way
am.
that it starts.
Definitely one of my favorite.
And Mickey starts like out with you before the beat even
Yeah.
comes on. I thought that
Well, like,
was
it's like in the middle of the intro, then he's like, "It's the neighborhood rain, dog," and yo, check this. It cuts off. Smoke the mic
like,
with excellence.
Exactly.
Yeah, but it doesn't come in
Magical.
really until he says homage.
Yeah, you had that little twinkle.
You know
in
what
there,
I'm
so
saying?
I know what you mean. The little twinkle that comes in and it like sounds magical.
Like Worms coming in like real soft, and then like you start going real hard, and you like you layered it out perfect.
Yeah, I know.
KRS-One, and then it goes.
I see what you mean. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I just love the fucking
Nah,
sounds
Mickey
that are
makes
in.
that hard
Yeah,
as fuck. It's
The whole fucking album is mixed perfectly.
It is. We're gonna probably reiterate that every fucking time because it's just true. It just sounds awesome. And
nice to hear.
yeah, no. What was there a sample in the beginning of that one? No, right? I don't think there was.
It's the gunshot.
In the beginning. too?
Yeah, it's like the last gunshot, it's just, poof, and then it comes in like it's got like the underwater effect in it, and then you come in. And then,
That's what the noise is in the background before like before the beat really starts kicking. That's the noise that's in the background. Okay.
You know that fucking track is sick. I remember when I showed it to one of our friends, Sean, and he heard your line of the shitting on beats is cool. Call me Miles Davis. 'Cause we were really it just happened to be talking about Billy Madison like 10 minutes before that,
Right.
And I was like just playing him a song like 10 minutes later, and he started cracking the fuck up. He's like, "That was the funniest thing and hardest line I've ever heard." He's like, "I was not expecting that at all." 'Cause we were like just talking about Billy Madison too, and we were talking about that scene.
Right.
Of course.
Oh my
and
God.
I just totally forgot about it. Then once the song came on, I was like, oh my god, that was perfect timing.
Billy Madison is a bitch, bro.
Yeah, we got a bunch of sick samples on there. But yeah, I mean,
The whole thing from top to bottom, I think, is sampled out, but they all like
at least one
coincide.
has at least one has a sample.
yeah.
Tells the story.
Yeah, no, fucking Neighborhood Rain is
Well, each track has at least
the
one sample.
Neighborhood
I'd say.
Rain. It's probably, I'd say, one of the dopest tracks. I mean, but I could say that for almost every track, so
Yeah.
my opinion
There are a
is
lot of
valid.
like, you know, like there are times where like I'll like look back on like something after I've done it for a while, and like pick at it a little bit. Like, all right, well, we could have done this better. Or I could have done. I haven't started to pick at it yet.
Yeah.
That's good.
I say yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, I think we could talk about our verses a little bit, like what we tried to do on them. I know, like in the beginning of my verse, since like this was the title track song, "The Neighborhood Rain,"
Right.
and the whole album's like "The Neighborhood Rain," I kind of wanted to just like, I wasn't doing it cleverly. I was just trying to do it right out in the open. We're paying homage to fucking the gods of hip hop before us. That's why.
Right.
And like obviously, I used ones that fit in the rhyme scheme.
Right.
To be honest, I could name. That's why I said I could name a whole bunch of others, but it'd take too long because like I had Nas, KRS. I said M Nas, KRS. Wait, what the fuck did I say?
M Rakim Nas KRS-One.
Yeah, and which like they are four legends to me as well. But I can name like Big L, fucking
Right, of course.
Ziggy, all those people.
All the Wu-Tang Clan.
Yeah, all the Wu-Tang Clan, like all of those people.
It
But
would literally
I just-
take you too long just to name the Wu-Tang Clan.
Yeah,
Yeah.
literally just them alone. They have long names. Actually, not all of them. Some
Yeah,
have
yeah.
some short names.
Raekwon the Chef, Ghostface
Yeah.
Killer, the
That's
Method
what
Man.
I immediately
You know what I'm saying?
I immediately thought of the long names before I thought of like RZA.
Even in second deck,
You
the
got
Rebel INS is fucking long as hell too.
Old dirty bastard.
The old dirty bastard is
The RZA and the Jizz are the only ones that are like 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
What is it you got?
You can say ODB, but like,
That's true.
but the whole thing is old
He's
dirty
the
bastard.
old dirty bastard.
Yes.
Though.
But yeah, so that's what like that verse for me was about. Like other than like obviously
Right.
there were some other things about the verse, but most of the beginning was like, yo, this is the Neighborhood Rain. It's our time. No
Oh, yeah.
offense, love you guys. You guys will still be making sick shit, of course, if you are still making sick shit. But
They
we're-
are.
They are, of course. Does Rakim make good tracks? Like
He said he's been anticipating an album.
I was actually talking to someone about that the other day. I'm like, has
He
fucking
was
Rakim
on,
made anything new yet?
He was on a podcast with King Crooked on Crook's Corner, which is dope. If you don't watch it, you definitely should. I watch Crook's Corner all the time. He had Rakim on there, and he's like, it was probably like during the pandemic, I think, like in 2020 or 21, something like that. And he said that he was working on a new album. So
That's awesome. I
That's
love to
what
hear
you
new
want.
Rakim shit.
Yeah, me
I
too.
was wondering that the other day. I'm like, I wonder if like guys like Rakim, like, cause like I know like
and KRS One drops like 2 albums a year.
yeah, I knew that.
M hasn't dropped.
No, I know.
anything personally yet
Yeah.
this year.
Nas obviously dropped.
Well, no,
something
that's not
last-
true. He dropped
Nas
his
dropped
latest album.
something. Nas dropped his last album.
Oh, yeah,
last
Current Call
year
2.
or this year.
No, he dropped Magic. I think like I think it was like at the beginning of this year or the end of
I
last
think it
year.
might have even been this year.
It was like somewhere in that range.
Yeah. But yeah,
For me, like it was similar to like what you said, Worm. Like it's the neighborhood fucking rain. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's like it's undeniable. Like there was a lot of aspects to it. That's why I like those lines that you aforementioned. Like I don't live in reality. In all actuality, I'm so high up. I don't believe in gravity. So I don't give a fuck. Everybody else can fuck off. Then it doesn't matter to me. Fall in line. Get with it or get lost. That's how it is to me.
yeah.
All right. Is that it?
it's basically what it
That's
is.
really.
It's not the bottom. That's basically what it is. If you listen to the
Okay.
verse.
Yeah.
I got you.
With the fucking shit. Everybody should smell us.
For me,
I totally agree.
little punk think the shit don't stink.
Shit does stink, dog.
Oh.
Stinks like shit.
Damn. Just going back to, I was just
I'm the
like
shit,
thinking
bro.
all the samples that I've missed out. Like they hate us because the anus line or the shit don't stink or something. like that.
That guy now, you're like, fuck.
Yeah, but we can always add it to new fucking tracks. But
yeah.
for me, it was interesting because when Ali first sent me, because Ali, it was like he produced that at first, and when he sent it to me, it was named the beat name was Shroomin.
Shroomin'.
So my
I'm sorry. We made Just Begun after the flu.
Yeah.
I ate a bunch of shrooms one day and I made the neighborhood rain.
Oh, dude.
I ate like a half a chocolate bars worth of shrooms.
Oh,
and,
my God.
The neighborhood rain became my bottom.
that's a
Because it was
clip.
called shroom and I'm like, oh, I'm wrong.
That's a clip right there. That's a clip right there.
Clip that.
Oh my god. Did you talk about that even last episode?
No.
About the Just Begun?
Oh, yeah, I
Shit.
think you did about how you had the flu. I mean,
I might not. That's the story.
smoked too much weed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's hard making
I
tracks.
used to kind of
Yeah.
forget, you know?
Yeah, but with me, I kind of made it like the first line is "See me tripping off the beats that Yoda making."
Ah.
So I was like, I kind of made that like a little psychedelia inspired verse, like the microdose line and shit.
Right.
I
Like
like
that.
the way you sound on that verse, like, so much. Like, critics break it. Critics break it.
Yeah,
I feel like your voice is, like, kind of deep.
yeah, it's crazy. Yeah,
Please, please.
when I was doing that, I was like, yeah, some people will probably critique and probably give it shit, but just like, yeah, that's it. Probably
I like
it coincides with what you're saying, just like,
Fuck them.
yeah, fuck them.
Get with it or get lost.
Yeah,
Get with it or kick
yeah,
rocks.
basically.
Get with it, kick rocks. We just wrote a new song.
Or we'll straight up piss on you like R. Kelly. Just kidding.
Jesus Christ. But yeah, like
Lock him up. Whatever.
WORM Kelly.
at first though, like writing it was a little tough because when Ali made it, like the beat was still off. So like it was a little tough to like put everything
Calling his
together.
beats whack.
No, like the sounds are
fucking-
fucking sick, but like when you're doing the structure, like because this is like one of his earlier beats, so he didn't
Yeah.
really understand structure. So
I'm just like learning how to understand it.
yeah, so I decided like when we were mixing the whole fucking, we decided to put all these tracks together. Shroomin beat came up, and I'm like, dude, we need to fix that, and then it'll be sick. It's good now. It sounds good now, but we need like if we're gonna be on the tracks, it needs
Yeah.
there needs to be tweaks in there, and that's what we did, and like and that's obviously what you hear on the Neighborhood Rain, that finished product, and it sounds fucking because like the sounds on there, it's like my favorite, like probably one of my favorite aspects of that song is the sound selection. Like just all like it's
instruments,
otherworldly
samples and shit.
in a good way.
Yeah, no, that's what I meant. Like by the beginning of it, it sounds like
Sounds
like
alien.
magically almost. It sounds magical.
I know what looking at me. It sounds like alien, like out of this world.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know exactly what it sounds
It's
like.
insane.
Insane. Oh, that's why it's my favorite track. I love the instrumental.
You know, when I was putting this together, like I said, I'd eaten a fucking ton of shrooms.
It sounded magical, man.
Some magical chocolates, yes. I ate a half a bar of a fifth. I ate 7.5 pieces of the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Or 5.5. I don't remember. And I was just playing around, and I'm like, I don't remember how I got to this one sound, but it's. And I was like, what the fuck is this? And I was like hypnotized by it, and like literally, like I want to say for like 20 minutes, I didn't record anything, I didn't fucking dub anything, I didn't do nothing on the MPC. I was just going.
Oh my god. Jesus.
Because yeah, when you're tripping, you know, just get
Oh,
lost
yeah.
in the sound.
You get lost in the sauce.
I was like, this is it.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. I think that whole track is like a one magical shroom ride almost.
Oh yeah.
And while we're telling them to, hey, this is what it is. Get with it or get lost, motherfucker.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. And by the way, not everybody should be doing magical mushrooms.
Yeah.
Nobody under the age of 18 definitely should be doing magical mushrooms.
Don't
It's not a
do drugs.
disclaimer.
Don't do drugs, kids.
Yeah.
Don't do drugs.
We're not
kids.
trying to promote drugs. We just like
Yeah.
to do
But if you think your fucking life sucks, eat a bag of shrooms and see if it still sucks.
them.
You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Anybody
I don't
over the
know about
age of
that.
18.
I don't know about that, because sometimes if you're already not in the greatest headspace, you might not want to be doing these drugs.
I don't know, dude. Sometimes when I
But-
need to make a big decision and everything sucks. Shrooms makes everything sick in about 5 minutes of terror. In 5 terrifying
Shrooms
minutes.
is honestly almost, I mean, I don't know about in New York, but I know like it's legal in some places.
It's legal in Colorado. I believe it's going to be legal
It's
in
not like,
California.
we don't promote any bad drugs. All right,
Yeah, no.
so cut us some slack.
We don't do heroin. We don't do
Yeah.
like coke. We don't do
It's
pills.
not the
We
crazy
just do
shit.
like shrooms.
I only
Some
smoke weed and
LSD.
do mushrooms. Dude.
But we kind of stopped doing LSD as well. We haven't done it in a while.
But speaking of drugs, you want to smoke weed about it?
I'm not smoking.
I'm down to smoke some weed about it. Let's wrap this up and smoke some weed about it.
All right. Well, that was a great episode 3. Peace out, guys. See you next week.
See ya.